see everybody. Good full room this evening. Guess we'll start with the minutes from March 18th. I would entertain a motion to approve. We have a second. How about some changes? We got any changes in the minutes? We're all good? All in favor of approving the
Y'all
minutes?
scared, aren't you? Y'all like this been long enough. We don't want to make any.
All right, y'all say aye if you want to approve them.
Aye.
Looks like that passes. Let's go with committee reports. Lisa, do you have anything on?
I do not,
All right.
not this week.
Okay. Fire.
Mayor and City Council, first talk about tomorrow night and the potential weather that we have coming in. This afternoon we were upgraded to moderate risk with the National Weather Service. That's a 4 out of 5 risk. They're calling this event one of the worst ones that we've had in quite some time, or at least the potential, not just for tornadoes and severe weather, but flooding also. So just be mindful of that. They're calling for anywhere up to, the last figure that I heard this evening was up to 15 inches, and that's through Sunday morning. Start tomorrow afternoon. So the timing of the severe weather could possibly move in somewhere around 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Should be out of the area around 10 o'clock-ish. And again, those times could fluctuate. But again, once that rain starts, it's going to just, it may die off a little bit, but it's going to come back and it's just going to keep coming. Saturday's going to be a big, big rain day. And again, they're talking total for the whole event for like maybe up to 15 inches. So just know that we're monitoring the situation. Mayor and I have done had a conversation about it. Our EOC is up and going, and the police chief and I just had a conversation about it as well. So anyway, just again, just briefly, just a reminder, the outdoor signs are for people that are outdoors. They're not for people indoors. I strongly urge you, if you haven't got it on your phone, there are multiple apps out there, and I'm not going to talk about any specific ones, but there are multiple apps out there that just have different ways of getting watches and warnings. It's very, very important. So, Mayor and City Council, it's upon the recommendation of our Fire Committee to purchase a model. The John Deere Z515E Z-Track is a 2025 model lawnmower. It's a 54-inch, price of $5,399. I did see some other bids that were quite a bit more than that. One of them was $11,799, the other was well, they $11,799 all the way down to $6,500. So the $5,399 again was from John Deere out here at Legacy Equipment, and we would like to take that out of our equipment reserve. I believe, Jan, do you have that in front of you? It's like, I think we got 60,000.
You got 49,718.
We want to move on that?
I make a motion. I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Now it's time for discussion.
Give you a little bit of background. So the mower that we currently have was purchased when the mowing career very first started. So that was what, 2014, 15, something like that. It's a hand-me-down mower from the street department. We worked on it all year last year just to keep it going. We put a different motor on it, and now we're starting to have trouble with the motor that we put on it last year. So I don't want to wait until this one goes down before we start asking for something.
What are you going to do with this one then?
I'd like to put this one, since it's still running at the time, and what I'd like to do is put it, if with approval of this one, I'd like to put the one that we're using out of the training facility that we have. I don't know if y'all have been out there in a long time, but there's all kinds of stuff out there to run over, and I don't really want to put a new mower out there.
They have agreed to, if the street department has one broke down, to let them use it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've been good to us. Like last year when we were having issues, they let us use
Your old street department, do they have 4? How many do you have?
Let's see, we got 1 at the compost and 3 at the shop. 4 there.
4. Okay. Yeah, and they've been good. Like last year when we were having issues, they let us use them.
Yeah, Again, like I say, we're mowing 3 acres at the training ground, we're mowing station 3, well, 1, 2, 3, and the admin office with this mower, is what we're mowing. All right, so believe me, it's used, that's all I've done all day today, is mow. So.
Discussions come down to a stop. Time for a vote. All in favor of the purchase of $5,399,
$399.
say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion passes.
Ms. Jen, I'll probably wait until next week, since the impending weather coming in, I'll probably wait until next week. Thank you all.
Now, weren't you gonna ask for another request? Or was it about the lawnmower, I guess? Is that-
Yeah, that's
okay.
tonight.
We're not selling it. All right. I guess that's all of fire committee. Animal control.
We don't have anything.
Finance.
Don't have anything from the committee. We're gonna do number 5, the approval of corrective of accounts and SREs.
We'll do that.
Do that.
We'll do it later.
Okay.
Nothing?
Nothing else.
All right. Street.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. We've got, want to seek bids on getting things taken care of, get this year started with the street department. In order to do that, I want to be able to open up, to get bids on $380,000 in asphalt overlays. I want another $240,000 in concrete streets and $60,000 in crack and sealant for the existing streets, okay? And so we're in good shape as far as financially to do that. That gets us started. Save some money for other things that we will probably come back to you again. Mark will take care of this coming summer. So I'm making a motion that we accept bids on those items, or open it up for bids on those items.
Start seeking bids.
CE bids, yes.
And that's transportation.
Transportation.
We have a second.
Did you say you do that?
We need a second.
Oh, I'll say.
Okay. Discussion, questions? And could you repeat that one more time? please?
Yes.
Make sure notes are right.
Up to $380,000 in asphalt overlay, $240,000 in concrete work for streets, and another $60,000 for crack sealant and spraying the streets. We want to keep, part of this is to get the streets that we've been overlaying, to get them taken care of, to continue their longevity. And so we're going to be looking at doing this every year. We're going to be taking care of some of the streets with that sealant.
Okay. Any
They
other
roughly,
questions?
they roughly have 2 million in their transportation, and they're gonna use a total of 680, that's the total that Jan wrote down.
And that's why I'm telling you that Mark will probably be back to talk to y'all later on about bids for other things later in the year.
Okay. Oh,
I was just gonna say, Gerald and I stay in contact because this money we have in CDs, we're just
Yeah.
keeping that very short term now, 3 months, we're still getting over 4.3. But I always make sure he's got a project.
Okay, all in favor of the motion? 380 for asphalt, 240 concrete, 60 overlay, or sealant. Say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Stormwater.
Okay.
All right. We, Terry, I think you'll have to help me on this. We have a very specific product that we want for stormwater. We want a liner that will go into the pipelines that we're working on taking care of, but this liner can be deflated later if we need to do repair work, things like that. And we only know of one company that can do that. They've done work for us in the past, but would it still be appropriate to send it out for bids, I assume?
If you can document that there's only one company that does it, you don't have to send it out for bids. That'd
Okay.
just be futile.
We have not.
But just document it somewhere in your records. Document that that's the only company that does that,
All
that
right.
can produce that.
We do not have an overall price on this right now because we They're gonna come in and give us a price on this.
He's gonna come in,
The
this man
15th.
come in, we'll meet with the council, or as many people wanna talk to him, and kind of tell you what they do and how they do it.
Is that gonna be April 15th?
Yes, sir, that's 15.
So we'll have an update for y'all on that, but we also will get our documentation together on that, Terry, and let you know, but just not any luck with anything. Everybody else, you put it in and it's done. This one, we can bring it back in if we need to.
Yeah, just document it.
All right, will do. So, there's no motion with that yet, but the 15th, if anybody wants to meet with this gentleman, we'll be happy to have you with us.
So there's a meeting on the 15th that needs to be posted.
Well, if we can, make it.
Well,
He'll be there
if there's a
regardless.
meeting on the 15th, I
Yeah.
just need to know to post it. So,
Yeah.
yes, there is, and where is it gonna be, and what time, and the
Okay, we'll
purpose.
get all that set up and I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds good. We'll write that down tomorrow.
That does it.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Mr. Young, why don't you take over the PD?
Okay, we got, for the police department, in the moving dispatch from here to the 911 thing, there's some things that's gotta happen, and we talked about the door out front for one. Because there'll be nobody available at night, just anybody can walk in, a lot of different things with that. I'm gonna make a motion on that in a second. I'd like to let, Chief Wilson kind of explain what all that is, and so everybody kind of understands what we're doing.
Mayor, council, the front door up there just adjacent from dispatch, the security system is not working right now. It was originally installed by Thin Blue Technologies. We were able to reach back out to them and ask for a quote to get it fixed back the way it's supposed to be. Since we're under a crunch and we're kind of under a time restriction, not gonna be able to get bids, so he quoted us $3,800 to fix it and get it back to the original working order. This one gives us the ability to lock down the building during the day at any time, just through the computer system. After 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this will automatically be shut, be locked up, so nobody can gain access to City Hall after that time. Also this week, they'll probably be installing the phone. We had the direct line over to the 911 center. Hopefully that'll be completed by the end of this week. But
Is that going to be between the two doors?
I'm sorry?
Is that going to be in the lobby between the two doors?
Yes, sir. The outside doors will remain unlocked. They can still access the foyer, but it'll be as far as they can go.
So the 3,800 is just to lock the door?
This is this provides key fobs for all the officers. We can also provide key fobs to City Hall personnel. So in case we do go into a lockdown, they can have their own key fob and then come in and out. And then also the doors fitted on a magnet, all that stuff, got to be replaced. It's gotten weak over the years, it just does not hold. The system is probably a good 10 years old or more.
Is this for all 3 main entrance doors or just?
That's just on the front door. The one on the west side of the building still works fine. We're not having any issues with it.
The big total price again, what, 3,800?
All the officers need key fobs, even though they can come in the west side.
I think he asked, do they need it? I think he asked, do they need key fobs?
Yeah, yeah, it works the same way.
West door you have to have key fobs to get in now?
Is it a mechanical issue or is it a programming, something that needs to be
I think it's
reset?
both. The magnet on that door's gotten weak over the
The
years.
same ones to work on
Yeah, there's also control by the computer, and that program's out of date. So it's basically it's time to replace the whole security system.
Right now, do you have a lock? I mean, do we have a key lock currently to lock
I
the
don't
door?
know if anybody had a key to that door.
It's cheaper to make the key right now and do some more research and get some more bids.
Yeah, but that,
So somebody gets.
What do you think, Bob?
Between the two doors.
I think, you know, once we switch this over, we're gonna need to have somebody lock the building up. If you don't, you just have people can run in and out during the
We can
night.
lock the building, I mean, we can
Yeah, I mean,
get a lock on it, I
We
mean,
can
until we
secure
get
the inner part of the
the
door.
crossings of it, so get some bids or something.
Yeah.
Just kinda scary to approve no bid, $3,800 for a locking mechanism.
Yeah.
I think the whole
It's
thing, a lot
security
of,
system, basically what it does. And
a lot of software and that type of stuff too.
Yeah, use software, everything. But the system served us well when it was working good, but it's kind of gotten outdated and wore out. So it's like it needs to be replaced.
I guess we
That's
could,
your all's call.
we could, well, I mean, we could, if that's what everybody wants to do, we could, get a locksmith to come out and make sure we get the lock where we can lock it and then try to get the quotes.
I would check to see, we may have a key in the clerk's office already.
We've been going through all those keys, but we just haven't identified it.
We'd like to have a lot, we'd have to have all the keys for the officers and stuff.
We have the west side entrance they use
Well,
daily.
yeah.
Yeah, that we use, but public use. leave it up front side.
If we delay it to get bids, will that impede the officers doing any of their work or safety
Not on the
or
officer side,
anything?
no.
No, they've still got to.
This is strictly just pro-public.
Just, okay.
It's to restrict public access after the 911 dispatch moves out.
Well, it's y'all's call. It's up to
Speaker
the-
box, we don't have no choice.
No, I agree with that.
But, yeah, I guess if we can get, try to get a couple more quotes, I mean, as long as we can get that door locked in the meantime, that's another thing.
We'll work on that first thing. We'll work on that tomorrow. Try to find the key for it.
If we can't find the key, after we get locksmith, then I'll try to work with you, we'll see if we can get some couple quotes, feel free.
Lots of money.
It is.
When they supposed to move over? You know?
I think we said around June, didn't we say it last time?
I'm sorry?
When
When's
is
the-
dispatch supposed to move over there?
They don't have a time yet. It all depends on how fast we can get all this work done. The direct line for the intercom will be installed this week. But the big thing, and this is a big job, is getting that security system back in place. Once we get that, we're hoping maybe about 15th. I can't make any promises.
15th of June?
No, of April.
2 weeks. That's iffy. You know, that's
I mean,
nothing
I
set.
don't have any promises there. We're gonna try. But it depends on getting the security system.
We had good service out of that system for many, many years.
Yeah, it's well over 10 years old. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so
just time to
And
upgrade.
the company that has done that has done a quality job for us in the past.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had no issues up until here lately.
Well, that's entirely up to you all. We need to make a vote and move on though. Get some bids in? All right. I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Christian, is he here? Sorry. Well, can't say he didn't get Scott.
There you go. You're good.
All right, we're gonna move into unfinished business. No, I'm sorry. Approval of the abstract accounts, statement, of revenues, and expenditures for February.
Motion.
Quick.
You beat me to it.
Any discussion, questions?
I can tell you for the 8 months that we have 16 line items that are over budget. Overall, we're at 52.54%, which is well, about 14% of the budget overall.
So we're ahead. We're good. We're good. Thank you all for watching the numbers. All right, all in favor of approving them, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion passes. Now we're going to unfinished business. Like the heat and air units for the museum building, Mr. Carter.
Had 4 companies come and look at the building and had 2 submit bids. Bollinger's from here in Kennett was $27,623. Duncan Heating and Cooling was $20,264.72. And I'll give you these to make sure you get them. Councilman Peltz, who knows a whole lot more about heating and air conditioning than I do, looked at these bids, and so did Mr. Penosis.
I looked at them.
And both of their recommendations are to go with Duncan Heating and Cooling, which is over $7,000 cheaper also. So it'd be the lowest bid, except bid from Duncan Heating and Cooling for $20,264.72. That's for 3 mini splits to go into the museum.
Need a motion or a second?
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Do they have similar warranties?
Duncan warranty is for 10 years on Coleman parts. 1 year on labor. And we asked for references, and one of Mr. Duncan's references in the house tonight, from our councilman, Steve Crow, I would have said Scott Hunter, I'm sorry. Steve Crow's in here. So I looked back there, as I read that, I looked back there and saw Scott, and I thought, he put several in for, Mr. Crow and some of the St. Francis Park. So he has units installed here in Kennett. Sorry, Mr. Hunter.
And the units for back end are higher efficiency as from the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
from Bossier.
Explain that, Steve. We requested, the minimum was 16 seer, and Mr. Duncan's is the highest at 20
Yes,
seer.
20, and the other ones were 18.
Yeah, more efficient, is that correct?
Correct.
That one unit's also got 3 evaporators on it too, right?
Yeah, the one in the back.
Yeah, that's what makes it sound high, but that's when you start adding the other evaporators on there. That's what it is. I mean, that's the reason the price is in.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed.
Gotta keep it consistent, right? All right, we're gonna move into new business.
Hey,
Yes.
Mayor, while we're on old business, we've got the issue of payment on the generators that we purchased.
Yeah, we're working on that on the,
Well, I was gonna make a motion tonight that we take the one for the street department, take it out of the street art department line item.
yeah, that was the plan.
Okay, so do we need it in?
Actually, it'd be 2 of them, 2 line items.
Okay. So
We're trying to figure out where we're gonna take the other one from.
okay, so at least we can get this out of the way for the street department.
Yes, we can do that.
All right, so
On the other-
I'll make that,
Make that the motion.
I'll make that in the form of a
I'll
motion.
second. That was-
I don't know what you're making a motion.
Yeah,
to.
okay. I don't know
I'm
what
sorry,
you're making a
we're
motion
we're
of.
trying to find a way to
The
pay.
260 watt,
For the
Yeah.
generators.
Hold up, everybody's talking here. All right, who's doing the presentation?
Go ahead, Randy.
All right,
we purchased the 2 60-watt military generators from surplus property for $4,750 each. And one of them will be put permanently at the street department to replace the old generator that's there, and I don't know if it's even working, barely working. The other one will be further mounted, work in the other buildings down there, or it could be moved around town if needed.
okay.
There are 2 line items within the street department that those items can be taken from and still be within the.
Okay.
Gerald's done a real good job.
There were also some freight
Yeah,
included in that.
Okay, 950.
So what's your motion? I still don't
So, I mean, it's in the budget now,
Yes,
so you don't have to amend the budget.
No,
no, and we approved the purchase of the generators on the last meeting.
Yes.
Yes, and what line item? You said we're gonna take it out of 2 different line items.
Randy, will-
just a minute.
Okay.
Is that something we have to vote on?
I think
You already
so.
voted to
No,
approve
no,
it.
that's why I said we need to
We'll
wait
take
until
care of
we
this.
have
We'll
the
take care of
finance
it, yeah.
Take
meeting.
care of the letter.
All right.
And
For the
speaking of,
record, the clerk asked.
all right, we can wait.
speaking of finance meeting, can we schedule one between the 8th and the 11th of April?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and, there's no motion on the floor, so we're gonna move on.
I'll get you
You
the
still,
money.
yeah, okay.
All right,
I withdraw my motion.
let's go pretend I wasn't on there.
You play like that didn't happen, Bill.
Okay, so, new business. Item A, approve adopting ordinance. Yeah, so the,
You all don't have copies of that.
No.
What this is we have a municipal code, and every year, with general code, and every year, all of the ordinances that we pass during that year we have to adopt an ordinance to put these ordinances that have been passed into the general code or municipal code. So what this is, in the first reading, an ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Kennett, county of Duncan, state of Missouri, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, and we have a second from Mr. Wright. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes.
Second reading, an ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Kennett, county of Duncan, state of Missouri, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included herein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective.
We have a motion.
Motion.
We have a second from Mr. Bryant. Can I do a roll call vote, Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Motion passes. Now it's been signed and given to the clerk. All right, item B. Mr. Chitzer, you're on the hot seat. Approve loan for Kennett Board of Public Works solar project.
Last year we started, the board went out, went for bids. We selected Evergy Energy Partners, put in a 5 megawatt solar facility south of town. It cost $9.2 million. With 40% of that coming back to us in investment tax credits, which are direct pay. Since we don't pay taxes, the government set up so we can get 40% of that money back, straight back to us. The payment that we're getting ready to make will get us to 80%. What we're asking for is a loan for the other 1.8 million to get us until we get our 3.6 million back, 3.7 million back. We can't apply for that until it actually goes live. Projected go live date is sometime in July, which they're about 3 months ahead of schedule. So when that goes live, depending on our fiscal year and how that falls, we don't have to apply and be approved for anything. We already are. We just turn it in, and then the government cuts the check back for the 40%. So to finish off the last 1.8 million, we're going to need to go out. We don't need to. We've got the money to do it, but the storm's coming in. We were out about $400,000 for the tornado that came through a couple weeks ago. Until or if we get reimbursed for that. So we don't want to get too lean in our bank account. We need to go out and buy materials. We need to have cash in hand.
Mr. Chitzer, just so it's in the record, interest. What's your interest? You got the year, the fixed. This says fixed rate of what?
It's a fixed rate of 3.95%.
Get everything? Okay. We have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Bryant. We have a second. We have a second. Mr. Palmer. Questions, discussions?
It's really just a bridge, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right. We asked for 3 years because we don't know how quickly the government's going to move. You can imagine that.
I do have a question. How many customers is the solar field going to serve?
It's going to serve every customer in town. It's going to be put out onto our network, onto our grid. We had the reconductor to pull the 5 megawatts back into town. So it's not like it's going to say it's going to go to this part of town. What we pay on, Kevin, is what the meter shows out at Southwestern Power north of town. So we'll be generating 5 megawatts behind it. And so instead of showing 30 and we have to pay for 30 this month or this day, it'll show 25.
25. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit. This good to get this information out. Do you remember the megawatt cost, the solar compared to what you're buying it for?
I'll just say that again.
What was the megawatt cost when out a solar plant? Wasn't it like $5 or $6 a meg?
Yes. Well, if with this loan, it'll put it around. It'll be sub $10, so $7 or $8. Power tomorrow is $56. So I mean, all day long, we're going to be generating all day long tomorrow. So Yeah, we're gonna be getting 30 years worth of $10 power.
And your payback is what, 15?